So you're saying what I have to do to fall asleep is go to sleep, right? Is that what you're saying, Melissa?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because it's brilliant. You should write a book. You should give seminars, all right? You'll make millions of dollars.
All right, let me hear you if you're still awake from yesterday. Sleep is not easy for me. I'll have a good stretch where it's the easiest thing in the world to catch some Z's. And then the next week it'll be like 4 a.m. and I'm still in the trenches on Crunchyroll. Like, wow, that anime was terrible. I can't believe I watched all 40 episodes. Can I find a worse one? My lifelong quest to just sleep like a human for once has really made me appreciate shows where the characters can't honk nor shoo.
Please lay there and go to sleep.
I can't sleep, dude. It's impossible. My mind's going like a mile a minute here.
Like, forget race and sexuality. The thing I relate to most about a character is their baggage. So today, I'm taking a look at the episodes where the characters just can't take it down.
It's great. I mean, there's only one thing I'm not getting out of this experience.
What's that?
Sleep. No.
I'm your host and sleep paralysis demon, D'Angelo Edwards. And today, I'm taking my hat off to insomnia episodes.
All-nighter, all-nighter, all-nighter.
My favorite book. Okay. Once upon a time, the sky grew black as blood.
Okay, since we're starting this thing off with Ren and Stimpy, I gotta dim the lights. There are criminals. There are monsters. And then there's John K.
Dad! What? Nothing, sorry, I just startled myself.
Nah, we're not doing all that. We all know how bad this guy sucks by now.
One of them's a hot chick with big cans and nice legs. Who drew that, you?
She's underage, too.
Yeah, very nice.
What?
And this is a season 4 episode. Dude was just a memory at Nick by that point. A bad one, like what you did in middle school that one time. I never really watched Ren and Stimpy like that. I remember watching it before preschool, seeing a dude drink beaver pee through his pipe, and then doing the Bill stare through finger painting. I caught more of it when I was a teenager, watching it late at night with a friend on Nicktoons Network. By then, the shock humor was a bit more palatable, but still not high on the watch list. Insanely quotable though.
He's a fool.
So did this one finally get me on the boat? Nah. Insomniac Ren shows Ren struggle to get to sleep, through a combo of Stimpy being the worst and him just not being able to force it.
You didn't jiggle the handle, did you? Get back in there and jiggle it.
And this sucks because he has a very important golf game tomorrow, and we all know nothing is more important than getting to a golf game.
All right, Stimpy. I've got a 6 a.m. tee-off time tomorrow.
Geez, we're only 1 minute in and I'm already getting balls shoved in my face. It's not Thursday yet.
Oh, I'm nasty.
The episode mostly just shows Ren trying everything to get to bed, going more and more off the deep end.
So very quiet. You could hear the pin drop.
Thankfully, I don't have a Stimpy to keep me up all night, but a lot of the other stuff that kept Ren up was very familiar. Like when you just become hyper aware of all the little noises that go on at night. What? Every creak, every car, every gunshot down the street. Hold on, I might have to make a phone call. Okay, I wrote that joke earlier, and I swear, not 1 or 2 days later, it actually happened. This is crazy. You know it's bad when he starts hearing his own blood pumping and hair growing. He tries to fall asleep to the TV, but America would sooner fall than let one of its boys be soothed by the sweet allure of the motherland, cutting the feed. To be honest, I was having an okay time with the episode, until it went way too hard on the weird and gross jokes. Ren infiltrates one of Stimpy's dreams, and it is crazy. He's nursing little clones of him and Ren, and it is not great to look at.
What is this? It's just a dream, Ren.
Bitch, wake up!
It's bad enough that he has some of them clinging to his nipples, but what's with the ones at the bottom? You think that would be the worst? But then Ren drinks a cup of camel spit that he thinks is milk, and I actually had to look away. I don't hate gross out jokes, but some things just don't pass the smell test, and this is one of them. There were a few moments that made me laugh though. Some good drawings of Ren, him actually liking Stimpy's noise as a lullaby.
It don't stop. It's working.
But man, this show is a lot. The ep eventually ends when Ren gets his golf buddies to knock him out for $5 each. Not a bad plan, I might try it. I know plenty of people that would hit me for $5. So that was my first episode of Ren and Stimpy in over a decade, and I think I'm good for a while. They built these episodes like Luna bars, one will hold you, and go down just about as smooth.
There you are. Aren't you asleep yet?
Oh no! I missed the meteor shower!
And it was cool! Hey, that reminds me! Have a good day at school, geek!
This one is actually a core memory episode for me. Not because it's a standout episode or anything, but because it was one of the episodes I had taped back when that was a thing. Didn't always have cable, so whenever I went over to my grandma's house, I would load up one of those 8-hour blank tapes with all the shows I could get my grubby little mitts on. Blank tapes are what we used before TiVo. TiVo is what we used before. This thing is ingrained in my head, so I want to talk about it. The main plot just shows Timmy trying his best to stay up, so he can do all the fun stuff at night. Timmy, I promise you, fun stuff at night only happens sometimes. Half of it is just basic cable and panic attacks. You are not missing out.
Wait till you get older and your body betrays you in other ways!
What's crazy is that it's not even Timmy's parents keeping him from staying up. It's nature.
I don't even feel sleepy!
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake.
Dude conks out at 9 no matter what. This is how you know Elmer didn't talk to enough kids. You give a 10-year-old the right fuel, and they'll still be zooming at 4 a.m.
Give me that!
Timmy just gotta crush a few more packs of Gushers.
Gush a friend at bewarethegush.com.
Gush a friend? So, anytime Timmy has a minor inconvenience, he turns to the help of his godparents, who use their near limitless magical power to give Timmy a later curfew.
Oh, blah, 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 your needs!
Okay, so he's no Pollyanna, but it's not like the bar for god kids is high in this show. As long as you avoid going out like this girl, I think you can call yourself one of the good ones.
You two deserted me!
Oh, sweetie, we didn't desert you. You abused our magic, took out Archduke Ferdinand, and plunged the world into World War I!
Yeah?
What?
Before Timmy can stunt his growth even more though, he's stopped by the Sandman, the master of all things sleep.
It's pronounced Sandman. Harvey Sandman.
He's a fun character. I always like seeing the specialized fairies like Cupid and the Tooth Fairy. Here, the Sandman is like one of those mattress salesmen you used to see in commercials. The ones that played in between watching a baddie in Families and If Twitter Was a Place. He really nails all the mannerisms, and they got the perfect voice to play him. Jackie Mason, the same guy who voiced Krusty's dad in The Simpsons.
Is it right to buy a Chrysler?
Oh, yes. For great is the car with power steering and Dynaflow suspension.
He agrees to let Timmy make all the sleep-related wishes he wants, considering that every second he stays here arguing is another sale that he's missing. I kind of feel like he could have just said no and left. They do that all the time on this show.
Oh, great! The one not working? Noise.
And with no gods left for Timmy to fear, he decides to just wish the concept of sleep away entirely, keeping the whole world awake. For a while, it seems great, and Timmy and his friends get to give nightlife a try, seeing street sweepers turn into robots and a lot of disco. The part where they find out where dew comes from stands out so much in my head for some reason.
Go, 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 go!
I always thought that it looked like the Sweat and Gatorade commercials. These guys haven't peed clear in years. The thing that gets me about this episode though, is that it doesn't really make any sense as it goes on. Eventually things start to fall apart as people get tired, cranky, and basically just give up.
Well, since nobody can sleep and we've been on the air for 2 weeks straight and we've run out of guests, please welcome Timmy Turner.
Let's go ahead and turn off the TV.
Cosmo gets it the worst, as he just gets grodier and grodier every day.
What?
But the thing is, Timmy wished that people didn't need sleep.
I wish everybody didn't have to sleep.
They should all just be good. They act like he wished that they couldn't sleep, which is the only reason this episode counts for this video, cause I have been there. There is nothing worse than working a minimum wage job on -3 hours of sleep.
It's a snake. Live with it.
It didn't matter though, customers are always checked out too. I called a dude stupid to his face and he just kept talking. Luckily, with a little help from the Sandman, Timmy reverses the wish. Though he is punished with no sleep, which gets him looking worse than Cosmo.
Is that bad?
It's your standard episode, but it was one I watched a ton of as a kid. And one of the rare ones where it honestly wasn't Timmy's fault. He worded it correctly. If you don't need sleep, you shouldn't get the fatigue from not sleeping. But before we hop off Nickelodeon, there's one more I want to mention real quick. Yeah, Rudy's got the chalk, and I've got the shot.
And Archduke Ferdinand!
ChalkZone's always been a favorite of mine, even if Nick treats it like it doesn't exist. ChalkZone should not be in the same category as the X's. Justice for my boy Tabuti. And while the episode of Sleep at the Chalk doesn't really focus on insomnia, I kinda just wanna bring it up for how cool it looks. The plot is your basic kid wants to stay up and do cool night stuff, but the look of ChalkZone at night really makes it stand out.
Day zone? Tonight, I'm a night zoner all the way.
The night sky really makes the characters pop, and they go all out on the colors here. The chalk aesthetic comes through way more than usual, since it looks like it's actually on a chalkboard. I think the crew that worked on this episode thought it looked cool too, because a lot of shots from this episode make it into the theme song. They also did a couple of night-themed music videos.
Dream a lot of, dream a lot of, dream a lot of, dream a lot of dreams. Dream a lot of laughs.
Man, do any kids shows still do this? Like, they still have songs and stuff, but they used to make it into a whole production back in the day. If you turn on Nickelodeon now, you get 2 movies and then Friends is on by 7. It's whatevs, but things are starting to look bleak when even Nickelodeon isn't playing SpongeBob. Still, a great looking episode that really leaned on the show's strengths. Plus, any episode with Rap Sheba in it gets a pass from me.
Dream a lot of, dream a lot of, dream a lot of, dream a lot of dreams.
I beseech thou to split from mine land this night. But I welcome thee to come back for some luncheth some other day, okay?
Alright, let's check in with the show that revitalized Cartoon Network and ruined how I cocked in 2010.
For realsies?
Yeah, for realsies.
With as much as these two get into, Jake in particular, it's no wonder that every now and again they have trouble sleeping. The Eyes follows the boys after a week-long adventure binge, having non-stop battles and quests.
Why am I so sleepy?
Dude, We've been up for like 7 days.
A lot of them are throwaways, but there are some fun tidbits thrown in too. Like, I guess LSP is Hispanic since they go to her quinceañera. Also, considering how she rocked his world, and the human version of Hunter's Wizard, him and Shadow have something in common.
Why do you want to go to Mexico?
I just love Latinas, Sonic.
What?
Adios, amigo.
This is also the first episode to show that Peppermint Butler was always up to something in the background.
I swear I found him like this.
Never trust a mint that has the word mint in the name, guys. Why are they trying so hard to convince you? But after 7 days of no sleep, the boys are ready to hit the hay. But try as they might, they can't force themselves to sleep. Not while it watches. That's crazy. This is exactly how I feel. Except instead of a horse, it's my bad decisions looking back at me. But you can tell Eddie I'd do it again in a heartbeat. If I never sleep, doesn't that make me justice? Finn and Jig do everything they can to get rid of the horse. Caulking to it, trying to move it out of the way, even trying to serenade it. Jake, don't play that. Kendrick doesn't sleep either. Jake is actually very aggro in this episode compared to Finn. His first suggestion is just to push the horse off the hill. And as the night drags on and they get more desperate, he escalates to just straight up murder.
Dude, let's kill the horse.
What?
I'm so tired, Finn.
Cool motive, still murder.
It's such a crazy reaction to just being looked at, but the horse is a lot.
I did it! Ha ha! He can't stare at us if he's blind.
Look, man.
Why?
It kind of reminds me of all the deer that would stare at me late at night, coming back from a night shift. At least the horse eyes don't glow and suggest an intelligence far beyond your years. Those deer were not normal, man. Heck, this show tried to warn us. If the design of the horse looks familiar, it was based on the Shetland pony from the popular Hark a Vagrant webcomic. One day I'll actually sit down and read this thing. I feel like I've been told to do that since college. Put it in the backlog with the rest. As for Finn and Jake, they still have a problem.
Peter, the horse is here.
They are seriously feeling the sleep deprivation, and it's making them do some dumb stuff.
What do you think?
With everything they tried blowing up in their face, they have no other choice but the nuclear option.
I'm gonna kick that horse in the bottom.
Oh my God!
Tom Kenny? Weren't you supposed to be at the quinceañera? Yep, this whole time the horse was just Ice King doing his usual, creeping.
Ow! Ouch! Hey!
Hey!
Is that all the ice you have?
What he actually wanted this time though wasn't princesses, but the secret to being happy. And man, is he lucky he's talking to Season 2 Finn, cause that's like the last time he was happy in the show for like 5 years. But while he was posting in the Vent channel, Finn and Jake finally fall asleep, inspiring Ice King to do the same, deciding that the best way to be happy is to have a good night's sleep.
I'm still not happy.
Me too.
Classic episode, and one of the ones I remember the most from back in the day. And I think Ice King was onto something. Sometimes all you need is a good night's rest, and that goes double for most of the guys on Twitter posting about Fiona and Cake.
Go take a bubble bath, have a latte, sip some chai tea.
What do you think? You want to check this place out? Seems like we're the only ones with any balls around here.
I bet you eat those too. Not nice at all.
Alright, enough kid shows for now. They sleep more in a day than I do in a week. This isn't about them. Downtown is one of my favorite shows, and it's still crazy that it only ever got 1 season. If it had at least 3, maybe adult animation wouldn't have stagnated for so long in America. Nothing like it has the style, the immaculate vibes, and the perfect realistic character dialogue.
I mean, are you involved with this? So how many copies do you want?
Ugh. Chris Pronowski and his team really made something special that went out too soon. 3 times.
every freaking time!
But we're not here to talk about how all my favorite shows don't deserve to live. We're talking about episode 4 of Downtown, appropriately titled Insomnia. This is actually my favorite episode of the series, and it's the one that got me on board with the whole show. The main character, Alex, a turbo nerd who gets lightheaded if a girl even breathes on him, has an opportunity to spend some quality time with Serena, the local goth girl.
Now you get to go out with Serena without even asking her. You owe me big time.
Oh God, I can't believe what you did. Do you know what you did? I can't believe what you did.
But in his excitement to go grave robbing, he ends up stressing himself out so much he develops insomnia, which gets worse with every day.
You look like hell.
Oh, gee, thanks. How come you can never say that to a girl? You look like hell today, Jen.
Thank you. You know, I think that's the first time you referred to me as a girl and not as, like, the asexual friend that you have.
Oh.
You know?
The episode has some of my favorite visuals in the show. Alex slipping in and out of his dream, while the dialogue just gets more and more distorted, is exactly how it feels when you're in that 30 to 40 hour mark. There are times when hours pass by in the blink of an eye without you even getting any benefits of sleeping. It sucks, and this show gets that perfectly. The episode also manages to capture the feeling of going out at night on no sleep. The way the city shifts around him as he manically prowls around. Like, look at this dude. He doesn't need sleep, he needs a straitjacket. I've had some of the craziest experiences of my life roaming the streets on zero winks. I remember stumbling home from the store, getting a late night snack, and just seeing this random lady, barefoot in a white dress, picking berries from a tree I swear I've never seen bear fruit. And she offered me some and I ate it. I ate the weird berries given to me by what I can only assume to be the ghost of some hippie or one of those tree girls from Hercules. But that's what it's like. Some people get paranoid, but a lot of peeps just drop their guard completely. I put up barriers to shield my emotions, but you will never have a more honest conversation than one you have at 4 a.m. when no one but God and Tom Kenny can see you. And it's actually in this unguarded state that Alex manages to have his first honest convo with Serena, free of the fear of getting judged or making himself look stupid. It's just two people talking, and surprise, surprise, when he's not busy putting her on this goth pedestal, it turns out that she's just a normal person, and they actually vibe pretty well.
It's true, though.
Just goes to show that being yourself is always the right answer. That's why I have no filter and say whatever pops into my head. Like how much I want to bury my face in between Jen's.
I'm talking downtown.
So yeah, this is my favorite episode, and one of the few shows that highlight both the negatives and positives of not being able to sleep. If you haven't seen Downtown yet, do yourself a favor and check it out.
But mother, I cannot eat a chair and I cannot feel my arm.
She's good.
She's very good, yeah.
What better show to talk about in an insomnia video than the one that used to wake me up as a kid? Home Movies is a show that I didn't appreciate enough when I was young. Now anytime Brendan Smalls announces a new project, I'd push people into traffic to get to it. Skill issue. While Metalocalypse is my favorite of his shows, Home Movies' improv-based dialogue and notebook doodle style visuals make it the perfect late night binge.
It needs something. It needs...
Brendan, honey, time to go to bed.
All right, have sweet dreams. Good night.
No, I mean you, Brendan. Time for you to go to bed.
Ah.
This episode is home not only to insomnia problems, but also my other greatest foe, writer's block.
That son of a bitch.
Which also happens to be the title of the episode. Bryn has to get a script ready for the school's writing festival, and he just can't get anything on the page.
Oh, bad case?
You tell me.
Fade in. Well, it's tight.
Yeah.
A situation I am all too familiar with. I mean, you guys saw how many videos I got out this year. But that's a topic for another time, so we're gonna focus on Coach McGurk's side of the story. Poor guy has been trying to sleep for almost a week, but no matter what he does, he can't catch some Z's.
Did you try lying on your bed and, having your eyes closed and just relaxing?
Oh, that's genius, Melissa. What a great idea.
When I heard how long he'd been awake, I did a double take. My record's about 38 hours before my body just completely shuts down, either out of mercy or fear of what I could become. But being awake a week straight is the kind of thing that makes you think about starting a war, and old Archie Ferd starts looking real good. I might have to shoot my shot. But McGurk looks terrible during this whole episode. If Downtown showed off some of the benefits of being up late, home movies will make you start going to bed by 8.
There are children outside waiting.
Well, bring them in. I don't give a damn.
He's slurring his words, tripping over himself. He's talking to the kids even crazier than usual, and that's saying something.
Attention all insomniacs! All you have to do to fall asleep is lie in your bed!
Alright!
He even ends up going to a college to be studied, where he realizes that the longer he stays awake and keeps getting studied, the more money he can make.
Huh? McGurk, one more session and you can buy a DVD player, alright? You want a DVD, right?
It's 2002, just buy a PlayStation. Don't you want to play WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth?
Go ahead and run. I will find you.
It's probably some of the best McGurk in the series. I could not stop laughing the first time I saw this.
I'll tell you something, I'm done. Got it? No more from me. If you want a guinea pig, get a rabbit. Or get a guinea pig.
I know I said we'd brush over it, but the Brendan stuff is hilarious too. He talks to his mom about how hard a time he's having writing, and it gets her back into it. She starts working on this crazy dentist romance book.
I confess that whenever I cleaned your gums, I always tried to look all the way down your throat into your soul. Oh, this is good.
If Paula keeps writing like that, more than a cavity is going to get filled. Jason also gets some of the best lines in this episode.
I really have to kiss Jason passionately for 5 minutes?
Pucker up, sweet lips.
I was feeling pretty bad for McGurk in this one, until he started doing it on purpose. After over a week of no sleep, if you hear the siren song of your bed calling and you don't answer, you're a psycho. Are you really gonna risk an aneurysm to watch Harlem Nights in the comfort of your own house?
What the hell you think you're doing with that little shit?
He ends up falling asleep and losing the study money, but hey, at least Brendan manages to pull off a successful performance.
Rice is nice, but it's just a grain.
It's a great episode with tons of quotable moments that live in my head, and I'd put it on any time of the week, hopefully when the sun is still up. But this isn't the only time an H. John Benjamin character struggled to get some shut-eye.
Come on, 150 more bucks. DVD player!
No work, no family drama, letting ideas come. I'm wearing my pajamas, burger of the night.
Alright, last one of the video, and maybe my favorite? Insomnia Bob follows Bob as he struggles not only with insomnia, but also the rut he's found himself in. Sometimes it feels like modern Bob's Burgers leans a little too heavy on the kids' stories, but every now and then we still get a fantastic Bob story, and this is the best in a while. Bob has trouble sleeping, and instead of spending the night tossing and turning, he puts that energy to use and starts tinkering with recipes at night. The kids are also doing something with pickles, but that thing is a C-plot at best. This one is about Bob through and through, and I think it really nails a big reason I have so much trouble going to bed.
Another rough night, Bob? Rough in what way? Rough in that I got closer to creating a burger that blows people's minds and touches people's souls? Huh? Ted?
My name is Teddy.
During the day, Bob is just doing the same thing all the time, doing nothing but being a dad and making the same old burgers. But after reading Skip Maruch's book, top tier minor character by the way, he starts thinking that if he only had more time to himself, he could focus up and make something really special. This has been the way I felt since I was a kid. Sometimes it feels like night rules too much to sleep through it. No one bothering you, interrupting your train of thought. Everything is so quiet quiet and still. It feels like it could go on forever until that bastard starts poking his ugly head up. Bob's song in this episode captures that to a T, besides just being a really fun sequence and a catchy number. But man, during the day he looks rough. It's like early season Bob is back, and he has some pretty good moments with Teddy.
The basic idea is anchovies. No, Dad, no.
Take it easy, Bob. He doesn't sleep anymore.
Ugh, sleep.
Also, Linda is perfect as always. If you find someone like her, never let her go.
Helping the kids with homework is so hard, and I don't even know if we were that helpful.
Speaking of homework, when's your book report due, nerd?
This is one of those that make me really love Bob. He's just the guy that just wants to do what he loves. But he's chained down by all this stupid stuff like family and paying your bills on time. This isn't the country that Bing Bong died for. But as he gets worse and worse, he realizes that making the next best thing isn't worth ruining all the other parts of his life for. If you spend all your time at night, no one will be awake to see the awesome stuff you make. I mean, I guess they could see it tomorrow, but that's not the point. Sleep good is the point. And while an all-nighter here and there can be fun, it's best not to make it a habit before you can never return to the land of the living. I remember one summer I was basically nocturnal, and I wasn't even making anything cool. I was just trying to find characters for Mugen, and some dick in the forums wouldn't tell me how to get static. Insomnia Bob perfectly laid out why being up at night is something a lot of creatives struggle with, and it once again proves that Bob is one of the most relatable characters in animation right now. All dude wants is to create and make rent, and if that's not all of us, I don't know what is.
Oh, I'm awake, Linda. For the first time in my life, I'm awake.
Shh. That's it. Rest, my sweet angel. Rest.
So that was a bunch of episodes that make me feel better about my sleeping habits. It's funny, while I was making this thing, my insomnia really shifted into turbo. I only got like 3 hours some days. And if you're like me, I hope this vid brought you a little comfort. And if not, maybe it bored you enough to hit the hay. In that case... What, you thought I'd let you sleep when I can't? I'm way too petty for that.